Hi everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel Love with English. Are you tired when your parents compare you with your friends? Are you exhausted when people tell you you compare yourself with somebody above you, not somebody below you? The word that you always hear is comparison. Comparison is inevitable. You cannot escape. Nobody can escape. Comparison is common. You compare between the things which are better, which are not better. You decide between people who are intelligent, who are more intelligent, and who are most intelligent. You decide between things and people who are beautiful, more beautiful, and most beautiful. So, comparison is inevitable. As we come to the topic of comparison, we see in today's class degrees of comparison and transformation of degrees of comparison and common mistakes we do while we write sentences in degrees of comparison. Right, so there are 3 degrees, usually adjectives. You write in degrees of comparison. Positive degree, the first one. Comparative degree, the second one. Superlative degree, the third one. Positive degree. There are 6 ways. I mentioned how to convert adjectives into other forms. Don't get confused with verb forms. Verb forms are different, where you change verbs into V2 and V3 from the base form. Here you change adjectives. Right. Let us see type 1. How do you make? Right. You add ER and EST to the first form, to the positive form. Positive form is long. What you need to do? Add ER and EST. Long, longer, longest. The second one, old. Old, older, oldest. Third one, black. Blacker, blackest. Bright, brighter, brightest. Young, younger, youngest. Strong, stronger, strongest. So these are type 1. Type 2, what do you do here? You add more and most. Let's see one example. Popular, more popular, most popular. Careful, more careful, and most careful. Intelligent, more intelligent, and most intelligent. Difficult, more difficult, and most difficult. Cunning, more cunning, and most cunning. The third popular way of comparison is irregular degrees. Yes, irregular degrees. So, bad, worse, worst. Evil, worse, worst. Ill, worse, worst. 3 of them have similar form. The next one is good. Good, better, best. For well also it's same. Well, better, best. Far, farther, farthest. Right. The next one, little, less, least. So these 3 are popular and common ones. So let me show you another type also. 4 and 5 and 6. In the 4th one you add R and ST. It's similar to the first one, but there you add ER, here only R. So usually words are ending with E. Just add R. Brave, braver, bravest. So quite similar to the first one. There you add ER, here only R. Next, fine, finer, finest. Wise, wiser, wisest. White, whiter, whitest. Large, larger, largest. Nice, nicer, nicest. In the 5th type, we delete Y. We delete Y and we make IER. Okay, right. Costly. So words are ending with Y. Costly, costlier, costliest. IER and IEST. Dry, drier, driest. Happy, happier, happiest. Heavy, heavier, and heaviest. So in the last type ones, what do? Whatever the consonant, you double them. So doubling the final consonant. Big, add one more G. Bigger, biggest. Dim, add one more M. Dimmer, dimmest. And one more next. Hot, hotter, hottest. Fat, fatter, fattest. Thin, thinner, thinnest. So this is how you change. You have to know this to transform from one degree to another degree. In the transformation of degrees of comparison, you change from one degree to another degree without altering, without changing the meaning of the first statement. For example, let us take one example. Okay, Mr. Smith is an older man. Mr. Smith is an older man. Mr. Smith is the oldest man. That's wrong. So when you change from one degree to another degree, meaning should not be changed. But here meaning is changing. So let us see in detail transformation of degrees of comparison. How to change from one degree to another degree without changing its meaning. So let us see now how to transform statements from one degree to another degree without changing its meaning. So let us take statement number 1. Peter is as intelligent as James. So when statements are like this, make them negative to get the meaning. Peter is as intelligent. So which means he is not more intelligent, as intelligent. They are same standard. James is not more intelligent than Peter. So that is how you change. Let us take similar example, different one again. Geeta is not as clever as Sita. It's similar to the answer here. Geeta is not as clever as Sita. So Sita is cleverer than Geeta. This is one of the ways. So always remember, so positive we have as and as. He is as intelligent as this. Okay. He is as tall as him, right. Than will be there in comparative degree and the will be there, the tallest, the most intelligent, the cleverest. The will be there in superlative degrees. So this is common expressions. After this we are coming to the next very important transformation here. Mount Everest is the tallest peak in the world. So it is in superlative degree, the tallest peak in the world, the tallest. Now we have to change into other degrees without altering, without changing the meaning. So how should we change? To change into comparative degree, start how the sentence is started in superlative degree. Mount Everest is taller than. You getting here? So you used comparative degree, but meaning is not changing. Mount Everest is taller than any other peak. What is the meaning of it? It is the tallest. That is the meaning of it. Mount Everest is taller than any other peak in the world. Alright. Let us go to the positive. If it is the tallest, the most intelligent, the best, always remember to use no other. No other in the positive degree. Very, very important. No other peak in the world is as tall as Mount Everest. So let us take similar example. Now I want you to tell the answers. Lion is the most ferocious animal. Follow the same principle and the formula. Lion is the most ferocious animal. How to start? In comparative degree. Yeah, start it same like that. Lion is more ferocious than any other animal. Yes, you're right. So how to transform it into positive degree? Yes, start with no other. No other animal is as ferocious as lion. Right. So that is it. So mostly these type of questions would come. Right. So let us take one more example. Let me give you one more example. Albert Einstein was the most intelligent person in the world. So same. To make it into positive, no other human being was as intelligent as Albert Einstein. Comparative, Albert Einstein was more intelligent than any other person in the world. Right, so that is all. Next one, you have to be very careful. Singapore is one of the most developed nations in the world. Is it the most developed nation? No. When you say Modi is one of the best prime ministers in India, it doesn't mean that Modi is the best prime minister. It means that there are some best prime ministers of India and he is one of them. Similar to that, when you say Singapore is one of the most developed nations, you don't mean it is not the most, it's not meaning that, it's not the most developed. It's one of the most developed. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, up to 10. In the 10, somewhere Singapore is there. That's the meaning here. So if you keep no other, that will be wrong. Okay, if you change it like the previous one, yeah, it goes wrong. So let us see how to change it. So to make it into comparative degree, start how it is started in the superlative degree. Singapore is more developed than, here is the key term, most other nations. Not all other nations. Most other nations are many other nations. Singapore is more developed than most other nations in the world. Singapore is more developed than many other nations in the world. That's how. So how to start in positive degree? Previously we started with no other. If we start with no other, yeah, it's erroneous. So let us start with very few. So remember, this is the key term again to changing. Very few nations in the world are as developed as Singapore. Meaning is not changed. Meaning is same, intact. How it meant in the first sentence is the same it meant in the second and in the third. Now let us take one more example of similar type and change. Ambani is one of the richest persons in the world. Is not the richest, same meaning. Is not the richest, one of the richest. If you take 1 to 10, he is in the fourth. Right. So Ambani is one of the richest men in the world. Similarly, how to make it into comparative? Starting the similar type. Ambani is, Ambani is richer than most other people in the world. Ambani is richer than most other people in the world. How to change it into positive? Very few people, you can add one more very also, very few people are as rich as Ambani in the world. So that's how you change it. Let me tell you the common mistakes that you're making. So while using, I am more taller than my brother. That's wrong. Already taller, tallest. Taller is in comparative degree. So don't use more in front of it. Next one. Saket is the most tallest building in Capra. When you say it, it's wrong. Tallest itself is superlative degree, so don't keep most in front of it. Right, Saket is the tallest tower in Capra, correct. Next one, common mistake that many commit. My car is more expensive than my friend. Absolutely wrong. You are comparing your car with your friend. You can't compare two unequal things. You have to compare your car with your friend's car. So how can you say it? My car is more expensive than my friend's car. That is the right statement. So thank you all and have a wonderful time.